Alright, so what's going on, everyone? I hope you can hear me. I'm actually going to back up a little bit. So today I'm going to make a motivational self-help video. I haven't made one of these yet, so this is going to be my first one, so don't be too bad in the comments at me. But we're just going to go through, there's a hiking trail here, it's about 1.5 miles. We're going to walk the whole thing. I'm going to set up at different points, kind of give you guys some life help, life hacks, advice, stuff like that. Stuff that I've picked up over the years that I think other people can benefit from. So I'm actually going to pause it here. I'm going to flip it around, kind of show the landscape here because I think it looks pretty nice here. And then we're going to hike down and we're going to stop and get right into the video. Try to do a 180 here for you. Maybe one of these days I'll film over here, but I don't want to fall backwards into that hole. That would not be fun. It's such a long walk, man. It's right on the river though, so it's not too bad. Almost to the second filming spot. I'll walk along the river here, man, to get to it. It's a crazy pass out here, man. Crazy pass. All right. So, and sit on this and speak with you guys. I hope you can hear me. Really hope you can hear me. Should be able to. Anyway. So, first thing we're going to touch on is your mindset. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be sitting here thinking, because I know what they're going to say in the comments. I'm already calling it. They're going to say, why should we listen to this guy? You know, what has he done with himself? Well, let me tell you something. I literally came from the poorest neighborhoods out there. Literally the poorest neighborhoods out there. Both my parents OD'd on heroin. By the time I was 5 years old, I had no parents. I grew up literally with nothing. No parents, no guidance, nothing. And I pulled myself out of the gutters pretty much and put myself in blue-collar, middle-class America. So I know a thing or two about adversity and going through some shit, alright? So I'm not just anybody out here speaking nothing. All right, I know what it is to have nothing, and I know what it is to have a good amount. You know, more than enough to make you comfortable. Let's put it that way. A big part of that was my mindset. You know, I didn't always have that mindset that I have now. I had to hit rock bottom at some point in my life in order to realize that no one is going to save me but me. You know, no one out there is going to save you or have your back except for you. I know everyone says, well, I got a friend, you know, he's always got my back. It doesn't matter. At some point, there is going to be a point in time where the risk is too high for him to support you. You know, he's going to say, you know, look, I'd help out, but I don't want this to happen to me or this to happen to me. At some point, no matter what, it's all going to boil down to you. So you have to realize that first. You know, you got to realize that at some point, you're the only one that's going to pull you out of whatever it is that you're going through. You know, you have to realize that there's a goal out there that you're trying to reach. And you got to keep that in your head. And you got to take that feeling that made you start the journey that you had, and you got to sit there and experience that feeling every single day and let it motivate you and let it drive you. So one thing is just having that warrior mindset, never giving up, knowing that no matter what happens, you're going to win. You know, you're not going to stop until you win. You're not going to sleep until the work's done. You're not going to sleep because you're tired. You're going to sleep because you're done for the day. You know, you got to go, you have to do things to the point where everyone else in your life is saying you have to stop because you're too intense at it. You have to do shit to the point. Let me put it this way. Everyone wants to be great. Everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants to be Kobe Bryant. and Beyonce. You know, everyone wants to be those people, but what they don't understand is those people have dedicated years, solid years of their life, you know, from the time they're awake to the time they were asleep, doing nothing but perfecting what it is that they do. They don't have any friends, they don't really speak to family. A lot of times, in some cases, they skip meals because they're that dedicated. So a big part of it is your mindset. That's the first thing we're going to speak on. And then once we're done with this little section, we're going to switch backdrops, and then we're going to go on to a different kind of section. Not the mental aspect of it, but the physical aspect of it. You know, the learning that dedication and suffering through that. But first is the mindset. If you don't have the mindset, it doesn't matter what else you do. Nothing else you do is going to work because the mindset's not there. You might do it for a week, you know, you might diet for a week, you might work your ass off for a week, but after that week's done, if you don't have that mindset that you're going to win and you're going to succeed, I promise you that it's not going to last. So the first thing is first, you have to get that mindset. You got to build a base and a foundation to build off of. You have to get that mindset every single day. You have to wake up and think that you're going to attack that day, and you're not going to sleep until everything that you wanted to accomplish is accomplished for that day. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, you know, but like I said, it's a gradual thing. It just doesn't happen overnight. You know, you have to work at that every single day to develop that. And some people are born with it, you know, other people aren't. It's something I had to develop. It took me a lot quicker to develop that mindset than it does for some people. Some people it takes years to develop that, you know, but you just have to understand every single day do something that's going to progress you towards your goals, you know, and every single day. What I would suggest people do is sit down with a notebook and take 1 hour out of your day. If you can't even take 1 hour out of your day to invest into your future, then this video is not for you. You got to do something else with your life. But you take 1 hour of your day before you go to sleep, half hour in the morning when you wake up, half hour when you go to sleep, or just take a full hour out of your day at any point in time and sit down with the notebook and write down your dreams, not your goals that you're realistically going to hit. Write down your dreams, because I promise you, if you don't tell yourself, like, let's put it this way, if your cutoff is, I'm going to make $50,000 a year, and once you hit that $50,000, you made your goals and it's done, it's over. You won't ever get more than $50,000. You won't ever try to get more than $50,000 because that's all you set for yourself as an expectation. Write down your dreams in one section, and then in the next section, write down the goals that you can achieve within this year. The next section, write down the goals and things that you can achieve this week. And sit there and every single week write new ones. And then make sure that that weekly goal is going to bring you closer to your yearly goal. And then at the end of the year, sit down and look at all the things that you accomplished. 1 year, man. Think about all the things you can accomplish in 1 year's time if you sit there and dedicate yourself to it. Now, 10 years down the road, let's say you do that every single year, every single week, you take an hour out of your day at the end of the day, because I know you're sitting there looking at your phone for 3 hours a day, doing nothing, wasting that time. Take an hour of that time. You can mess around on your phone for 2 hours still. Take an hour of that time and dedicate that towards your future. Now imagine if you do that every single week, every single year, for 10 years, imagine how far you're going to get. That's what people don't understand. When you get to a certain level, it's about your endurance. It's about how long can you suffer to be great. How long can you suffer to change your life? Your life may not suck, but let's put it this way. My life sucked. Before I had this mindset and before I figured things out, my life sucked. I hated my life. I was doing drugs. I was doing all kinds of stuff just to escape because I hated the person that I was. You know, then I learned to love myself and actually invest into my life. So you have to take time out of your day to realize that you want to change, you know. And if you want to change and you want to be great and you want to do things with yourself and you want to get out of that $35,000 a year job and make $50,000 or make $70,000 or even $100,000, $200,000 a year, you're going to have to sit down and you're going to have to evaluate what's going on in your life that's preventing you from doing that. So that first thing is that mindset. We're going to cut it off here because I don't want the video to be crazy long. But I just wanted to sit down and cover the mindset aspect. And then we're going to hike a little bit more. Try to get towards the end of the trail because we're like halfway through right now. I think maybe a quarter. I don't know. Probably about, well, we're probably about halfway right now, so we're going to hike a little bit farther. We're going to cut the video off here, and then we're going to talk about the physical aspect. You know, getting that physical aspect down, because once you got that mental aspect, that's great, but then you have to enact your plan. You got to actually do something with that. So we're going to talk about that next. I'll hop off my little perch here and pause the video. Check it out, man. It's part of the old lock system. Isn't that neat? Check this out. This used to be part of the old lock there here in the river. That's how they used to transport stuff here in Ohio. I just flipped the camera on you, didn't I? Alright, so hopefully I'm standing a little bit closer to the camera on this one. I'm panning up higher, and I'm standing behind this wall to hopefully block some of the noise from back there. But second aspect of this video is going to be the physical side of things. So I suggest everyone does some sort of training, because it helps you establish discipline in your life, whether that be a little bit of running, some cardio, some weightlifting. Me personally, I don't know if you can tell, I do weightlifting. That's just what I like doing myself. It's mastering the art of showing up every day. Now, it's one thing to be there in your head. The next thing is physically going out and doing it, because that takes a toll on your body as well. So you have to develop that as well. So, and this is actually a really short section. It's just it really is as simple as showing up every single day. It doesn't matter if you do 5 push-ups when you show up. As long as you show up every day and you have that mindset that I'm going to work harder every time, you might only be able to do 5 push-ups or run a quarter of a mile. One of the baddest people on the planet, David Goggins, who's ran 40 miles, man, 40 miles. He literally ran 40 miles. He said when he started, he couldn't even run a quarter mile. So everyone's got to start somewhere. Don't let that discourage you. When you start, got something on my shirt there. When you start, you may not be able to do as much as everyone else in the gym. That's why I suggest everyone starts out with some sort of a home gym setup. Me, that didn't really bother me. As you can tell, I'm out in public filming. That doesn't bother me. I don't worry about what other people think about me. You know, I have self-confidence. I know where I came from. I know what I've accomplished. That builds my confidence up. I don't care where they can think what they think about me. It doesn't matter to me. But not everyone feels like that, you know. So having a home gym setup might actually help you out more at the start than going to the gym around a bunch of other people and having to experience that every single day. It might discourage you. If you can go in there every single day for a month, it becomes a habit to you. You know, after a month, it's something that you fall into. You do it every day. You know, you've been doing it for a month now. If you can get past that first week and do it in the second week, some people quit. You know, if you can make it 4 weeks doing something, you're going to establish a pattern. This is going to be part of your every single day life. And then it's not going to be as taxing on your body. Actually, your body will retrain itself to account for the stress. So actually it helps. It'll increase your balance. It'll increase a lot of chemicals in your brain that are released when you work out. That'll help your focus throughout the day. When you start getting into that scene, you'll learn more about supplements. There's a mushroom supplement that I always tell people to, not the, you know, Austin Powers kind of mushrooms. It's an all-natural mushroom supplement, and it helps. It has a lion's bane in there. It's got some all kinds of different little supplements. I don't know exactly. I know for a fact it has lion's bane, but it's basically, it's just a bunch of good aspects that fungus can help your body produce as far as mentally and physically, and it'll help you throughout the day, and it won't get you high. It's not psychoactive, so you don't have to worry about that. You won't fail a drug test. Super Shrooms is one of them. I suggest if you're trying to do the powerlifting thing, probably do some protein powder. I always tell people, if you weigh 150, if you're already got some, you know, you got some chubby going on, you don't need to take protein powder at first. You need to burn that fat off first, so don't even worry about that. But if you're in decent shape, you look like me, do some protein powder. If you weigh 150, do 150 grams of protein a day, and that'll help you build up your muscles. I suggest you use something like liquid IV, and this is whether you're doing cardio, if you're doing powerlifting, weightlifting, training your body, anything like that. Not enough people are as hydrated as they need to be. Either drink a gallon of water a day, which is a lot. It's more than your body needs, really. It needs about a gallon a day. Or drink some sort of like liquid IV. I don't really stay away from Gatorade. There's too much sugar in that. There's other products that work better. So that's number one thing. If you're going to the gym, I should have started out with that. Do not touch Gatorade. That is the worst stuff for you. I don't know how they got away with marketing that the way it is. Do not use Gatorade. Use Pedialyte. Pedialyte has twice the amount of electrolytes, twice the amount of sodium, and helps your body retention with water, helps your cells absorb water and keep water better and keep you more hydrated. Do not touch Gatorade. Stop drinking that shit. It's terrible for you. Do not drink it. Drink Pedialyte. That's what you need to drink. Mix a container of Pedialyte with a gallon of water. You'll be fine. The main thing is stay hydrated and eating right. You know, this is another part of the physical thing. You got to eat right. My main diet consists of chicken, fish, rice, flash frozen fruits and vegetables, fruit juices for sugar, fruit smoothies, and that's basically it. I don't eat anything else. That's all I eat. That'll help your body a lot as far as how you feel. You know, non-processed foods, clean foods is what they call them. Stop eating processed shit. That's just killing your body, killing your testosterone. If you're a male, if you're a female, it's killing your estrogen. It's just terrible for you. Stop eating processed foods. Eat clean foods. That's the main thing as far as the physical aspect. Now, once you get your mind right and you get your body right, and those two things can come together, sounds like some feng shui stuff, and it really is, you know, yin and yang. There's an equal and opposite reaction to everything. You get your mind right, you get your body right, and those two things come together, I guarantee you, your success in life is gonna be way higher than it ever has been. You know, you're gonna do things and you're gonna think a way that you never thought was possible. And you didn't think you could think. You know, a lot of the top 1%, they think the way they do because they train different, they eat different, they live different, they live different lifestyles. You know, they do things that other people wouldn't normally do. They sacrifice friendships. They train 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. They do these things that a lot of people aren't willing to do, you know. But if you really want that success and you really want that, that's what you're going to do. You're going to sacrifice those things in your life. You know, how bad do you want it? It's what you got to think. If you want it as bad as you think you do, you're going to sacrifice those things. There's an old story that I heard in one of the motivational videos. That's another thing. Motivational videos help your mental state as well. I watch one every single day. So these things are going to help you out mentally. There's an old story. There's a guru in the town, and he had immeasurable wealth, basically. And everyone wanted to know how he got his wealth. But there was one guy who specifically wanted the money he had and the success that he had. So he went to the guru and he asked him, he said, I want to be as successful as you've been. So he said, meet me down by the beach at 4 a.m. All right, so he's confused. He's like, I'm not trying to learn how to swim. I'm trying to learn how to be successful. He stopped him and said, just meet me down at the beach at 4 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to get you set up. So the guy's like, all right, whatever. So he shows up 4 a.m. to the beach, dressed in a suit and tie, ready to make some money. And the guru says, take your pants off, take your shirt off, go in the water. And the guy's like, this dude's crazy, but he makes money, so he must know something I don't. So he goes out there, takes his pants off, takes his shirt off, goes into the water. The guru comes out beside him, holds him under the water. And he keeps him under there until he's just about to die, basically. Pulls him back up. And he goes, what was the main thing you were just thinking about right now? Getting some air. He said, when you want success as badly as you wanted air just now, that's when you'll have success. So I'm going to leave you with that. You know, it's as far as getting where you want to be mentally, that's the main thing. You got to get your mind right. You got to get the way you think right, the way you execute things in life. You have to get that right first. And then you got to focus on your body, your physical self, what you're putting into your body, and all those things will come together. So thank you very much. Like, subscribe, and I'll hopefully come back with some more of these if you like them. Peace.